In July 2025, a case so bizarre and unsettling exploded across Chinese social media that it has been dominating headlines. What started as a single leaked video quickly unravelled into one of the largest hidden camera exploitation scandals in the country's history. A person known online as Sister Hong was exposed for secretly recording intimate encounters with more than 1,600 men without their consent and under a false identity. But the deception didn't stop there. What shocked the public even more than the scale of the recordings is the fact that Sister Hong wasn't a woman at all. This is the story of a man who lived a double life for years, disguising himself as a woman, luring in unsuspecting men and building a twisted archive of hidden footage. Today we're diving deep into the Sister Hong case, a haunting example of how technology, shame and human desire collided in the most disturbing way imaginable. It all began when a man contacted the police in Nanjing's Jiangning district. He had been sent a video by a friend, and to his horror he was in it. The footage showed him with a woman he had met online. The room was dimly lit, but the faces were clear. What disturbed him most wasn't just the betrayal of trust, it was the realization that the encounter had been filmed without his knowledge. Police immediately launched an investigation. Their first step was to identify the location in the video. That led them to a small rental room hidden in a quiet, working-class neighborhood. What they found inside felt like stepping onto the set of a low-budget film. A single bed, heavily perfumed sheets, wigs and makeup scattered on a vanity, and piles of gifts, milk cartons, cooking oil, watermelons. At first glance, these seemed like quirky tokens, but detectives quickly realized they were clues. Each man who visited Sister Hong had been asked to bring a small gift. It was a subtle, calculated way of avoiding suspicion. No money exchanged, no paper trail, just enough to keep the operation going, but not enough to raise eyebrows. But something wasn't right. When officers examined the room carefully, they noticed details that didn't quite align with a typical woman's space. The makeup was heavy, too heavy. The dresses looked more like costumes. The furniture arrangement hadn't changed in months. This wasn't a home, it was a stage. Even stranger, police found multiple red flags in the video footage. An angular jawline, a deeper than usual voice, a prominent nose bridge, and then one small but undeniable clue, the faint shadow of an Adam's apple beneath the necklace. Sister Hong, it turned out, was a man in disguise. As officers dug deeper, victims began stepping forward, some hesitantly, others anonymously. Within days, the number of reports snowballed. By July 6th, at least a dozen men had formally filed complaints. But the investigation revealed something far more chilling. There weren't just a dozen victims, there were hundreds, and soon that number crossed into the thousands. Hidden within the rental unit was a laptop. On it, investigators found a massive archive, intimate videos sorted by name, time and date. Some folders were even labelled by type of visitor: college students, married men, repeat visitors. In one folder, simply titled Myself, police found selfies of the man behind Sister Hong. No wig, no makeup, just the real face finally revealed. His name was Zhao, a 38-year-old man from rural Henan province. Zhao had once worked as a part-time makeup artist for a travelling performance troupe. There he mastered the craft of transformation, both male and female impersonation. Sometime around 2021, after drifting between jobs, Zhao quietly moved to Nanjing and began living under the radar. There, with no friends or family nearby, he began creating the persona of Sister Hong. By impersonating a mature, lonely divorcee, he tapped into a fantasy shared by many of his targets, young men looking for a discreet, experienced older partner. Using filters, fake bios, and a strict gift for entry rule, Zhao created an illusion so convincing that hundreds of men walked willingly into his trap. What's most disturbing is how many of those men, after realizing Sister Hong's true identity, didn't stop. Some stayed, some returned, others admitted to feeling strangely attached or even emotionally dependent on this false persona. One man, a fitness influencer with thousands of followers, reportedly told police he returned 3 times, fully aware of the truth. This wasn't just a case of deception, it was a psychological rabbit hole. The Sister Hong case shook the internet because it revealed something deeper than manipulation. It showed how shame, confusion, and secrecy can silence victims. Many men didn't report the abuse because they feared ridicule. For some, the fear of exposure, especially in a conservative society, was worse than the abuse itself. Police believe the number of actual victims could be much higher. Many may never come forward. The videos spanned 3 years, and Zhao maintained a careful hunting cycle, bringing in 3 to 4 new men every week. Authorities are now urging people to take online identity verification seriously. This case has become a textbook example of digital era exploitation, how someone can use apps, makeup, and lies to turn desire into a weapon. Zhao now faces a long list of charges related to fraud, illegal recording, identity deception, and violations of privacy. But even as justice catches up to him, the deeper damage may never fully be undone. For many, the wounds aren't just legal, they're emotional, psychological, and they run deep. So what do you think? Is this just a case of personal deception? Or does it say something much larger about intimacy, technology, and trust in the modern world? Let us know in the comments below. And as always, if you found this case compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a new story. And remember to always watch your back.